Hey, all, welcome to the Business Owner Spotlight Series. My name is Gabriel Moore. I am the senior partner and head coach here at Action Coach Vanguard Business Coaching in Central Iowa. Today, I have Sue Hudson with us, the owner of IV Nutrition Ankeny, as my guest. We're going to be talking about her business, journey to business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a sneak peek into what it's really like to build and operate a business. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to like and subscribe to get notifications when we drop new conversations just like this one. Sue, welcome, and thank you so much for being here today. Can you give us a brief overview of your background and kind of
Ab-
tell us a little about yourself?
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. Very excited to be here to share my passions, my story. Business ownership is challenging, but it's very rewarding at the same time. We have our up and downs, but being employees for many, many years, and always have a dream for business ownership. And I'm very excited and very proud to be able to, call myself business owner. And so my background came very long way. So originally from Thailand. So I moved here from Thailand almost 2 decades ago. Believe it or not, I still remember the day that I got down from, everything. I sold everything that I own, my condo, my beloved Toyota, down to one suitcase, ready to make a move,
Wow.
pursuing an American dream. 20 years later, I still remember the moment I get on that plane. I remember the smell of the airport. Cannot believe it's been almost 2 decades. It was the best decision I ever made in my life.
That's fantastic. I
Yeah,
love
it's
it. Is it your first, is this, so is this your first business then, or is this entrepreneurship kind of run with you? How does that
this
work?
second business.
Second.
And,
Okay.
I always tell people that, first thing first, when you start over, or not starting over, but starting at all. And I told my kids the same thing. You're not going to get to fall in love with your first job. Your first job, your first business is what you do to be responsible, to provide for your family, to provide for yourself. I'm not saying I didn't love my first business. I do. I still own that business. It's just that you have to do what you have to do to get your startup so that one day you can get to do something that you truly love, that you're passionate about. And that way you can spend more time to really make it your baby, to really create something that you truly love and passionate about and be able to make that dream come true because business require not only willpower but financial.
Yeah.
So having another business, strong business that would help me get through where I need to be today in my second business is definitely helpful.
It sounds like it's kind of after my own heart here, Sue, because really you're talking about valuing the effort behind what you've done, and the effort is so important. There's a saying out there, they're an overnight success, and overnight was it took 20 years for them to be an overnight success because of
Oh,
all the effort that goes into it. It sounds like you're teaching your kids that you've lived that experience. Yeah.
100%. So a little bit more about my background in
Yeah.
education. So started out, so I was a college professor teaching
Wow.
business administrations and always been a dream, right? You're teaching kids to graduate, to be out there, to become business owner, to run a business. Um, Wrote some book and did a lot of research and always want to have business of my own. And when I got a chance to move to America, that's like my fresh start to just start from whatever my heart's desire. Like I have no support, no family support. I don't know anybody. I just start out fresh, and this is giving me opportunity to really see who I want to be and what I want to do with my life.
And it sounds like you've kind of rocked it, to be honest. So right now, when you came out here, it was really by yourself. It wasn't with family or anything like that, or what did that look like?
So I do have my husband with me, who was a college professor. We were both teachings in Bangkok, and we just decided, we want to give this a shot, and we wanted to pursue our dreams and see what happens. So, it's been 20 years. I'm very proud where we came, but we heard a lot of people back at home in Thailand that would tell me, wow, you're so lucky. Luck may have something to do with it, but I can tell you right now, it's all hard work and dedications because we don't just get here 20 years later with luck. People
No.
don't see when you first started. I remember coming from being teaching college, life was going great. I mean, I was doing wonderful in Bangkok, Korea-wide, and had to take a first job selling Christmas gifts at the kiosk at the mall.
Wow.
And willing to do what I need to do to pursue my dream, even if that means I have to start over and start from scratch. And I, even with the smallest job I can get, I put my heart and soul and all my energy and effort to it. And that's how you got to get started. And I try to teach my children that every single day.
It's not just the effort that you put in too, right? But it's the choice. And there's a lot of people that make a different choice and then wonder why they didn't make that choice. And you did. So, you get to look back. You don't have to look back on regret, right? I mean, you kind of crushed it. You left and look where you are today. It's really,
No,
it's the dream, right?
yeah, no matter what, how big or small the job is, if you give it your all, you can make the smallest job the most successful one.
Yeah. Heck yeah. So let's talk about your business a little bit, okay? So
Yeah.
your business is IV Nutrition here in Ankeny,
Yeah.
and who primarily does your business serve? If I were in the audience or if I was somebody walking by, how would I know that walking into your store might be beneficial for me? Who am I?
Everybody. By that, we do because funny story, we have client that come in and that's kind of go to show what we do exactly because people don't know what IV therapy, right? When I first opened this, I know the biggest challenges is going to be how do I reach my consumer? How do people even know what I do? What products do I have to offer? What exactly we do here? People walk by my clinic, they see in the back of IV and the syringes on my poster. What exactly do we do? Do we treat um, sick people? Are we hospital? Are we clinics? All these different things. People don't really truly know. So what we actually do is going back to answer your questions, who would be our audience? Pretty much everybody. Because what we do here is we giving nutrients, we feeding your body the nutrient that it needs to function at its best. But we do see people that we do see some minor, but we do have to have consent from the parents and depends on the circumstances too. So mostly we see clients 18 and older.
Okay.
And when things are, as you age, I hate saying those words because we're all aging, but it's reality, right? As we age, things don't work the way it used to. Your cut doesn't heal as fast as it used to when you were younger. You start getting wrinkle and all the thing, all the thing that come with age. Digestive system doesn't work the same. Your body doesn't have ability to absorb nutrients that you consume through foods and different things. So what we do here is that we bypass that system. I mean, I have been taking vitamins my entire life because I want to help my body,
Yeah.
at its best. The issue with that is you have no control over how your body absorbing those nutrients. You
Yeah.
take, you eat good food. You're trying to, eat salads, grilled chickens, all the good things that you think you're doing good to your body. And
Right.
it's good. Not saying that it's not good. It's a good thing that we're do that to take care of ourselves. The issue is that then again, our processed food, aging, different environmental things that affecting our body ability to absorb those nutrients once we consume it. So that's where we come in is that, we bypass the digestive system. We create a customized IV drip that put different nutrients in there and force it in your bloodstream. So basically we forcing your body to take whatever we're giving you. Number one is a lot faster.
Yeah. Oh,
When
yeah.
you
Right
something
into the blood.
it's it hits your system right away. Your body get to use it right away. Your body doesn't have to work very hard to digest all the thing and then turn it around and use it. This way, your body see it right away. It's in there instantly. So if you are recovering from a cold or flu and you've been sick for a while, at that point, your body's already running out all the nutrients, all the things that it needs to fight off and recover. So
Right.
now basically like, what do you need? Here you go. we put it in the bag, flows it in your bloodstream so your body can have all the things that it needs so that you can recover a whole lot faster.
Okay.
So
Go
it's
ahead.
going to, people ask me, like, how often do you need this? How long do I have to do this? I always say the same thing to all my clients, that how long do you have to eat food? That's like the rest of your life. This is no different than that. It's just that we fill in the gap that you're unable to get through traditional way, from consuming food.
Right.
So I always tell people when they first come in that we basically comparing this to a gas tank, right? Every day you eat food, you use it up. You use all those nutrients up and you have to refill. So you have to refill to be able to function, to do like a car. It had to, in order for it to run again, you got to refill the gas tank. So our body is no different than that. So what we do here, rather than you relying on getting all these nutrients and energy from food to get you to have a tank, we top your tank off. So now you can function at its best because your tank is full. But as time go by, you use it all up. So now you have to come in every so often for us to top you up again.
No, that makes complete sense. And I actually like the personal side of me wants to really dive into that. We've got to talk about more entrepreneurial things here. And so I want to get back to that. And gosh, I got so many questions on the IV stuff. But let's move away from that. Let's talk about the business again, if that's okay. I'm always wondering what like successful businesses are doing. Like, for an example, do you have a marketing budget currently? And if so, what is it percentage-wise of your total revenue?
So, see, the marketing budget is very tricky. Depends on the type of business, right? For
Yeah.
me to decide to venture a brand new industry,
Okay.
it's not like selling pizza. You can
Yeah.
put the poster up, said, I'm selling pizza. People going to know exactly what you're selling.
Yeah. Yeah.
People don't know what I'm selling. So at the beginning, our marketing budget is going to be at least 15-20% at the
Okay.
beginning, because we're in the state that we're educating the market. We're letting our audience know what we are, what we do. What is this? What is this IV bag? What is this injections? How did it help me? Why do I need it? Why can't I just go to GNC and buy vitamins? So marketing is huge right now because we want people to know that we exist.
Yeah.
So
You're not in the maintenance marketing level, right? And
no.
and the way you just put that, I want to elaborate on this, Sue, because what you just said was powerful. At the beginning, you really want to put a lot more into marketing your product or service because you are educating your clientele on what you do. Now, like you said, if it was a pizza company, you don't necessarily need to educate anybody on pizza because we all know what pizza is.
Exactly.
Um, that's absolutely fantastic. That's fantastic. And I like that that's your business background coming through. I appreciate that. How many different marketing strategies are you currently using right now?
Oh, well, quite a few. And there are things that I have to learn at my age, such as creating TikTok.
Me too. You and me both.
Never have thought that one day I would have to dance with TikTok, right? But
Yeah.
when I was teaching, marketing 20 years ago, we were
Right.
talking about, traditional marketing, how to write ad on the
Yellow
paper,
pages.
you know, when we were carrying the camera this big and the light man and everything to do a TV commercial. Now we're dancing in front of our phone. I mean, we have to adapt with it as a business owner. Like it or not, I have a TikTok account, but it's so important that we follow the trend because we're educating the market. We want to make sure that we can capture our audience. And so we have to see where our audience at. Um, we do a lot of social media. And
Okay.
for me, social media is basically going back to brand recognition, to create
Yeah.
brand recognition, not so much of informations, because when people get on social media, they're on it briefly. They're on it briefly just to see what is this brand? What is this product? Do they know detail of that? Not exactly, but at
Right.
least they consume the media enough to understand that what this is. So the next time they get sick or drinking a little too much the night before, they
Yeah.
remember that brand. They remember exactly what I do, and that's when they start Google me. So it's like a 2-3 step process, right? You create
Yeah.
brand recognitions by utilizing all these social media, and I do a lot of events so that people will, oh yeah, I remember, this company do exist in Ankeny. And from there, I create the need. So the next time somebody gets sick, they remember that, oh, I don't need to go sit at the ER because I have food poisoning for the last 3 days. I
Right.
need a bag of saline. There's a company in Ankeny that you can just walk in there without an appointment, pay $100 to get hooked up and feel better on the same day. So but then people start Google you, looking for you. With
Right.
social media, they're not going to know where you at. They're not going to know the list of your services. They basically just know your brand, roughly what you do. But you
Right.
want to convert them from remembering that to Google you on Google. And that's when they'll start to dig more into what we had to offer, what is our product, what's the price, and where are we at.
Yeah, we talk about 7 to 12 touches, right, before they'll actually make a move, and a lot of that has to do with brand recognition. Now, at the beginning of a company's business, branding, as you probably may are already aware, but branding takes a while, and direct marketing has a little bit more punch if you know what your direct marketing. Do you do any direct marketing with like social media or anything like that, or Google or anything?
We do because our audience, we're trying to focus specific audience, right? Because
Yeah,
people that are, I would say 25 and older are in need of our services and product more than younger
sure.
25. Reason being is that just like anything, when you're young, I always compare this to, like, we don't do Botox or filler, just want to be clear, but I kind of like compare it like wrinkle. You don't need the help yet because you're still young, your body able to absorb all the nutrients, you eat good food, you're able to convert all that nutrients and back to use it. Versus when you get older, you're gonna need all the help you can get. So we
Right.
have specific audience that we're targeting, and in terms of educations as well, people that over 25 spend more time learning, and doing more research and start pick and choose what good for me, right? Like when you're young, you don't care what brand of water you're drinking. And now I know that this is gonna sound silly, but I look, even some simplest thing as water, they're not all the same.
Not all
So
the same. They're not
they're
all the
not all
same.
the same. But when you're 18, I mean, do you care what kind of water you're drinking? Not
No,
exactly.
probably not. Well, hey, so as you look back on your journey into entrepreneurship, what what's been the most memorable challenge that you've had to experience in order to get to where you are today, or roadblock? What's been that number one thing that you had to overcome to be where you are today?
I don't think that I'm quite there just yet. We've been in business for a year and a half, so we're still going through challenges every single day.
What about
Um,
like in your whole entrepreneurial journey, like
the,
the whole thing?
the whole thing is just learning what work and what consumer needing, and financially, just trying to make sure that we had enough to get through what we need to get through. We opened our clinic after the pandemic, so our biggest challenges at the time was the cost of everything was skyrocket high.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
you have, as a business owner, you've gone through the state where you have to make the business happen, right? You got the game plan, you have everything, you got all your supply, you build out your building, and then the next step would be getting client in. But just to get past, to get your door to open, I would say that was the biggest challenges to start with, just because the timing. um you
Yeah.
know the passion's there. I know there's a need for our industry, there's a need for our products and services, so you just got to push through it, and seeking a lot of help, getting a lot of advice and attentions from people in our network to help find the right contractors, where we can get things that we can finally get our door open.
So getting
So
started really was kind of the big challenge there. And you talked about funding a little bit there too. And, financially funding the opening of a new business can be rough. It can be brutal. And
very
especially if
brutal.
you're looking for that business to help self-finance, help self-finance itself over time, there needs to be a good influx of money coming in at the beginning to help sustain that. And so there's a lot of business owners out there, Sue, I believe that can relate to that challenge. That challenge is a very powerful and kind of a common one if you do it right with the business. That's a good one.
Agree with you. I mean, you got to be financially prepared
Yeah.
because you know your products, you know your services, but
Yeah.
it's going to take time for your audience to understand and know and feel the need, or even realize, oh yeah, this is good for me. Like again, like I kept saying about selling pizza, you're not going to get people coming to your door on day one of opening. You're going to take a
Well,
lot
not
of education.
typically. Some passerbys, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So how about this? Let's real quick. We're gonna have to wrap up here shortly, but what does it look like for the future? I feel it's important to address team building and things like that. And I know you're a young business now, but do you have a team? Is there a plan for the team? I guess I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I'd like to know where you're sitting on that.
Well, my teams are the most important part of my company.
Yeah.
I train all my staff, my nurses, and the whole reason we even opened this to begin with is because I want to be able to take care of people. I want to be able to take care of our clients. So our teams are the most important. We've gone through trainings. We've gone through where we understand this is not the hospital.
Right.
We want to slow down. We want to make sure that we listen and that we take care of our client the best of our ability. So I spend a lot of time with my staff. I am there with them on daily level, be there with them facing different challenges, just be there to support your staff as the owner. That's the most important. I could probably do every single job in the clinic except poking people and start an IV and give injections. But otherwise, I pretty much know all day-to-day operations, because as the owner, regardless you're doing it or not, you want to be a part of that so that you can help, not that you can
Yeah.
do their job for them. My
Right.
goal is always to train my staff to be better than me. I want them all to be better than me, because that's the key of success, is that you want your people that work for you to be able to do it 10,000 times better than you can.
Yeah. So you touched on something that is incredibly important. I want to make sure we emphasize it. And we have a cycle of business that we use here at Action Coach, and it starts out as the owner, and then the owner is responsible for the team. The team is responsible for the customers. The customers are responsible for the business, and the business is responsible for the owners. And if the owners do not focus on the team, you'll disrupt that cycle. And if the owner goes straight to the customer or straight to the business and doesn't allow that cycle to perpetuate, then the owner is the one that gets left out and dropped out. The team doesn't trust you. The customers don't trust you. It ends up being a really bad cycle. I'm actually really glad that you brought that up. Um, we've covered a lot of ground in our conversation today, Sue, and for those who are watching, I highly encourage you to come back and save this. Watch this again because Sue's bringing up some awesome stuff in regards to entrepreneurship and getting started and marketing and team dynamics. And Sue, as we begin to wrap up, I've got a few rapid fire questions, quick kind of top of the head answers for each. And this is a one word answer or one sentence answer for each one of these. You okay with that?
I'm good with that.
Let's do it. All right, here's the first one. What is the key to success for you?
The key of success,
The key to success for you.
I would say always be present, put your heart and soul to it. Be
I love
there.
it. Be there. I love it. Be present. So important. What is your one piece of advice for other business owners?
Don't give up.
Persistence? Such a good one. Don't give up. What is one book you're reading now or have read most recently?
Oh shoot. I read a lot of textbooks, surprisingly or not, because we're in the
Oh, that's
medical.
good.
I can't pinpoint one. I'll owe you that one.
Okay, okay, no problem. If you had to choose only one area in your business you could immediately improve tomorrow, what would that be?
More financial to throw into marketing. I know that's more than one word.
No, it's okay. One word or one sentence would be perfect. More funding to throw at marketing. Good. Before we get into the final question of the day, how can others learn more about you and the company? How can they get in contact?
Oh, absolutely. I'm an open book. You can find me on social media. You can find our website. I'm happy. I love to talk. I love to engage with community. Stop in. We're open 7 days a week. Shoot me an email, send me a Facebook request. I'm always happy to be there.
That's wonderful. And last question of our interview today. Sue, what is the most inspiring to you today?
To see our clients to get a hug, that we make them feel better, that have been a goal from day one. I'm not quite there yet as a business financially, but what we do is so rewarding. It's so rewarding that we get to hear that we make them feel better, whether it's from the client themselves or their family member.
So that just hit my heart because I'm a hugger. And to get a hug from your client, that's so great. I absolutely love that. As we come to a close, Sue, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude. Your journey, not just as a business, but as an owner, has been truly inspiring. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I am eagerly anticipating what happens with you and your business. And I'm looking forward to you just really just going crazy and making a big success out of this.
Well, thank you.
Yep. This has been the Business Owner Spotlight. Thank you all for joining us today. This is with Sue Hudson of IV Nutrition Ankeny and your host, me, Gabriel Moore with Action Coach Business Coaching, also here in Ankeny. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.